Hello, I'm Dr. Tracy Diner. I am a wellness doctor for over 25 years. I'm applied kinesiology specialist, a cranial specialist, and I'm here to explain to you in somewhat layman's terms what's going on with 5G electromagnetic fields, how it affects our body, and what we can do about it. So I've put this together with the latest research, and I hope that you find it useful. I hope that you use it and take care of yourself, your family, and your friends. So here you go. Okay, so 5G, the good, the bad, and the ugly. What you need to know to keep you and your family safe. First off, what are EMFs? Electromagnetic fields. EMFs are frequencies or fields that we cannot see, but are produced from cell phones, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, microwave ovens, cordless phones, baby monitors, smart meters, chargers. They have both an electric and a magnetic field combined, thus electromagnetic field, or EMF. These invisible waves are perpendicular to each other and have a positive and a negative field, which creates a vortex of movement of energy when they combine. We need to know that later. Okay, now, are we safe from EMFs? Who regulates that? The FCC regulates the telecommunications industry, and there's been no new safety guidelines set for EMFs since 1996. That was before Wi-Fi. Hey, the FCC is run by people with ties to the telecom industry, and the telecom industry is a multi-billion-dollar business with a huge presence of lobbyists in Washington, D.C., even more powerful than the pharmaceutical industry. So whose interests are really being served? Okay, so this presentation will give you the latest research from non-biased sources and credible studies for you to make an informed decision for you and your family. And everything that I'm presenting to you, I am citing the research on the end of at the bottom of our slides. So let's look at this. What's changed in our world? Exponential growth of cell towers and Wi-Fi. If you look at the picture above, in 2003, look at the purple. The purple are the cell towers and Wi-Fi around our country. Let's look at 2018 below. Look at that sea of purple. Those are cell towers and Wi-Fi around our country. And this is in 2018. So this is before 5G is coming out, okay? Changing our world. Now, something else that's important for you to know, our bodies are electrical. So the human body is a sophisticated electromagnetic system. Our brain and our heart have magnetic fields and run on electricity, which is why we can shock our stopped heart back to life. I'm sure you all heard of EEGs, electroencephalograms that measure brain waves, pacemakers, muscle stem. They're electric and they affect our organs. Now here's something that's also very important. Our mitochondria, which is our powerhouse of all of our cells. These mitochondria are what give our cells the energy to reproduce, to regenerate, to heal, okay? And they are very sensitive to electromagnetic fields. So are our liver enzymes. Those cells operate on electrical conductivity. Now, some definitions that are important for you to know. Ionizing versus non-ionizing. The ionizing is what breaks down DNA. You'll be familiar with that with X-ray, gamma ray, nuclear radiation. That's ionizing radiation. We know it's very harmful to our cells and our DNA. The definition or the category of non-ionizing is defined as a frequency of radiation waves that doesn't break down DNA, but that doesn't mean that it's not harmful. Because recent research is indicating that EMFs disrupt the calcium channels in our cells. So let's look at that. EMFs affect our calcium channels in our electric cells. So each one of our trillions of cells in our body have microscopic channels. It's membrane, which allow calcium and other minerals to flow in and out of the cell. They're called VGCCs, or short for voltage-gated calcium channels. When a foreign electromagnetic field, like cell phone signals, hits the cell, it literally causes the doors of these calcium channels to stay stuck open, allowing excessive calcium to flow into the cell seconds after an exposure. Also, things to flow out of the cell that may not be able, that shouldn't. Okay, so this excessive calcium in your cells leads to, one, breaks in the DNA. But wait, I thought you said that non-ionizing doesn't break the DNA. That's by definition, it's category. Right. However, the latest research, and I'm citing this down below, the Journal of Cellular and Molecular Medicine, one of them, another one, National Institute of Health, another article, has proven that electromagnetic fields do keep that calcium channel open longer, which then affects what's inside the cells, and it is breaking DNA. Bad, 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 okay? This can cause cancer, breakdown of the blood-brain barrier, male and female infertility, psychiatric symptoms, oxidative stress. This is also something that we will talk about more in detail, which leads to inflammatory diseases, heart irregularities, cardiac death, hormonal disruption. Okay, so outside here, calcium channel, EMF affects the calcium. It opens up this channel for actually passing of calcium into the cell as well as things out. Okay. So let's look at cell phone generations. 1G was basically you could make a phone call on a cell phone. Woohoo! Okay, remember those huge big phones? That was 1G. 2G, we could actually text and voice. That was actually pretty cool. Now we were texting and talking. 3G has replaced 2G, and that allowed us to access the internet from our mobile devices. And this is where we started to change, because then we had phones that could access. That's when our smartphones started. And that's when we started holding it and having it in our life all the time, because wow, you could access the internet from your cell phone. That was pretty amazing. Okay, well then 4G came and it replaced 3G. Okay, 4G had higher speeds and it allowed video. So now you could watch your videos from your cell phone or your tablets, and that's been really cool. Here's the issue, okay? 4G lives in a frequency of 2 to 6 gigahertz, right in here, and this frequency, the lower, larger frequency, between 2 to 6 gigahertz. 5G, which is now here, I used to say it's coming, 5G is here. It isn't replacing 4G, it's adding to 4G because its frequency lives in here between 24 gigahertz and 90 gigahertz, okay? It promises higher speeds, 10 to 100 times. So this talk is called Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Okay, well the good is, yeah, it promises higher speeds and you can do things like it's going to promise to have driverless cars and virtual reality and faster download speeds, multiple streams of data at the same time, all on that bandwidth, but at what cost, okay? So it's definitely faster, but what is it going to be doing to us and to the planet, okay? The other thing is that that frequency, the 24 to 90 gigahertz range, is used by the military for crowd control because it's a smaller, faster frequency, and when you're close to it, it causes a burning sensation on your skin. Okay, this is not good. This is what they want to put all around us. The other thing with 5G is that it actually absorbs from things around it. So it doesn't go through walls as easily or floors as easily. So they need to have more towers and more smaller antennas locally around you. So the more antennas and towers are needed for the high frequencies of 5G, which get absorbed. This will create grids around the globe with highly dense and local transmission boxes around your house, neighborhood, roofs, light poles. Actually, I have a picture on another slide here of all of the 5G antenna boxes on light poles. Okay, exponential more satellites in use. And the thing is, there's no research on the effects of this field being placed around us. And folks, there's no opting out. If you live on the planet, you're going to be exposed. If you never pick up a phone, if you never pick up a tablet, if you move the Wi-Fi, if you remove your routers, you live in the middle of 300 acres, maybe then you might you have less. However, it is going to be around our globe. Here's some research. World Health Organization in 2011 classified microwave radiation from cell phone, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and cell towers as a class 2B possible carcinogen based on studies linking cell phone radiation to brain tumors. Brain tumors are the leading cause of cancer-related deaths in children up to age 14. But the latest research suggests it should be made a class 2A probable carcinogen like lead, cigarettes, DDT, and malathion. So here's some research. The Bioinitiative report, updated in 2012, contains 2,000 papers by 29 international scientists from over 20 countries on the health and environmental effects of electromagnetic fields. Their conclusions are the continued rollout of wireless technologies jeopardizes global health and recommends stricter biologically based standards, lower exposure limits, and a more cautious science-based approach. Now remember, our standards were set in 1996 before we had Wi-Fi. They're already too low. Now they're suggesting that we need to have much more. Okay, in 2015, 220 scientists published in a peer-reviewed journal from 41 nations. They signed an international scientists' appeal, and they warned, there were warnings including cell phones, infrastructure, Wi-Fi, smart meters, and grid technology, as well as devices like baby monitors and commercial broadcast uses needed to have warnings that this is affecting us on a biological level. And again, research right below. More. Okay, now here's a mouthful. The Oceania Radio Frequency Scientific Advisory Association, or ORSA, looked at 2,399 peer-reviewed papers published since the year 2000. Of those papers, 61% of those showed biological effects from EMFs. 61%, okay? That's a lot, okay? Now, here's another study. 593 out of 919 reviewed papers on non-ionizing radiation, this is supposed to be the stuff that's not bad for us, non-ionizing radiation show effects on animals and plants. And their conclusion was, in parentheses, it is justified to conclude that RF EMF, which is radio frequency electromagnetic fields, radiation exposure can change neurotransmitter functions, blood-brain barrier morphology, electrophysiology, cellular metabolism, we were just talking about that, calcium efflux, again talking about that, gene and protein expression in certain types of cells, even at lower intensities. That's your EMFs. Not good, folks, not good. Here's another one. Among 100 currently available peer-reviewed studies dealing with oxidative effects of low-intensity RFR, 93 confirmed that RFR, or EMF, induces oxidative effects in biological systems with a high pathogenic potential, and oxidative stress should be recognized as one of the primary mechanisms of the biologically active activity of this kind of radiation. Okay, so lots of words. What does that mean? 93 out of 100 peer-reviewed studies showed that there is oxidative stress with electromagnetic fields in our body, and that oxidative stress is one of the top, should be recognized as one of the top symptoms or productions from EMFs that affect us biologically. Oxidative stress, okay, that should be recognized as the activity of EMFs on our bodies. That is not good, okay? Again, more research at the bottom. So let's look at something else, okay? And we'll get off research because I know that's boring, but it is very important, especially as a wellness doctor. The credibility of that is you've got to understand that this isn't me speaking. I've just spent time, lots of time, collecting the latest research for you to understand because no one else seems to. Okay, so how cell phones are tested. Here we go. If you look at this picture on the right, this is a big head of a model of a head, and this is a model from a 6'4" man. Okay, well, that head is bigger than 97% of cell phone users, okay, but that's what they've used. They've taken this model, this plastic model, they filled it with water, salt, and sugar. Nothing to do with brain tissue, anything like that. Water, salt, and sugar. They took a phone, they put it 5 to 15 millimeters away from the head, and they turned it on for 6 minutes. And if it heated the water in this model 1 degree in 6 minutes, then the cell phone was said not to be safe. If it didn't heat this water after 6 minutes, then your cell phone was safe. Okay, really? So here's how people actually use phones. In 2015, the survey, 75% of 4-year-olds owned their own mobile device or tablet. What? Okay, children's heads will absorb up to 2 times the radiation compared to adults, and their bone marrow will absorb up to 10 times more than adults. Okay, so when I'm out at a restaurant and I see adults wanting to have an adult conversation, they don't want their children to go crazy, they're trying to be polite to the other diners in the restaurant, they'll hand their child a cell phone or a tablet to keep them nice and quiet and keep them playing games. Well, we think that's good parenting, but now that you know what I'm about to share with you, it's not good parenting. And please do your child a favor, give them a lower tech something, give them a crayon and pen or paper and pen and let them color or write. It actually increases their brain function by writing and doing things, and that'll actually help them grow. Also, use a lower tech something, a toy that they don't get normally at home. Keep their interest when you're out and about. Don't give them a phone or a tablet. I know it's easy, but these children, their brains are so much thinner, their skulls are not formed, their nervous system isn't formed. Okay, they are much more susceptible to electromagnetic fields than we are, even more so. Okay, now, so when tested on the body, we'll go back to cells. When tested on the body with no separation, 90% of cell phones exceeded the FCC radiation limits by up to 10 times. And those are the lower requirements set in 1996, before we even had Wi-Fi. Okay, this is not good. The average cell phone user in 2018 used devices more than 5 hours a day. And that's 2018. So I know some of you are using it more, but if you do, we're going to get into how you can use it. And again, research cited below. Here's some symptoms and effects of electromagnetic field exposure and oxidative stress, which is what it causes. Headaches, fatigue, sleep disturbance, depression, difficulty concentrating, rashes, tinnitus, memory loss, digestive issues, chronic sore throats, decreased sperm count, irritability, anxiety, brain fog, dizziness and balance problems, joint and muscle aches, nausea, sensitivity to light, heart palpitations or heart problems, asthma, allergies, visual disturbances, high blood pressure, increased blood sugar leading to diabetes. Okay, now people who are under a lot of stress from multiple sources are even more susceptible because their stress bucket's full. And they may react more easily to EMF exposure than even others do. A small percentage of the population is known as EHS, electromagnetic hypersensitive, and will feel the effects of EMFs even more than the general population. This is a real thing. Now here's a not so fun cartoon for you to kind of look at for a sec. If you look to the right, those pictures, that's a picture of a 5G tower that I took right here 3 miles from my house on the highway. Okay, that's 5G towers, and you look below, yes, there's houses below these, right below these. It's crazy. Okay, fatigue, ringing in the ears, headaches, learning problems, heart problems, balance problems. If you look in the center, that's Mr. Smarty Pants. Okay, smart meters, Wi-Fi, and smartphones. These are all exuding these EMFs around you. And as a wellness doctor for 26 years, people come into you and I want to help them in any way I can. And you think of things that other people may not have, being holistic things that maybe the Western medicine hasn't thought of, why people are having these. It's very difficult. If someone comes in with fatigue, I wouldn't think EMFs, right? Or headaches, what would I think of? Or eye problems. And certainly the regular medical profession is not going to be thinking about EMFs when you come in with these symptoms. So this is important for you to get to understand. Is it causing every one of those symptoms? Oh, no. Okay. And did people have headaches because of something else? Of course. But this has to be considered as one of the things that could cause these symptoms. As a wellness doctor, it has been my career, my entire life, adult life, to keep people healthy. And I used to talk about the 3 pillars of health: physical, chemical, and emotional. It was a triangle of health. If you physically, chemically, and emotionally were a healthy human being, you basically were healthy. I've had to make it a square and add electrical after learning everything that I know. So now we have physical, chemical, emotional, and electrical health, that square of health. You keep those 4 areas healthy, you basically have a healthy human being. So let's start with physical. Exercise, stretch, yoga, chiropractic, massage, okay, all of those, when done regularly, help to keep and maintain your physical health. Chemical health, the water intake that you do. You must have 8 glasses of water a day to help your body rid the toxins in your system. Good vitamins, okay, go to a nice, a really good vitamin store or your local chiropractor, naturopath, people that have a good vitamins, because the vitamins on the shelves in stores tend to be a lower quality if they're cheap. Okay, avoid smoking, vaping, drugs or toxins. Okay, we know those aren't good for us. But vaping too, that just because it doesn't light on fire doesn't mean it's not good for you. It has chemicals and toxins. Okay, what you ingest or breathe is your chemical health. Emotional health, decreasing your stress. Okay, deep breathing. You can do circular breathing. Inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds. Do that 7 to 10 times. You feel your blood pressure drop. Feel the endorphins released in your body. Okay, that's very good. Meditating. Meditating is another wonderful thing to get yourself in a relaxed state, to produce more endorphins, more serotonin, relaxed. Positive thoughts. Okay, no bad self-talk. I always used to tell my patients, if your friend spoke to you like you spoke to you, would you still be friends? Okay, don't berate yourself. Okay, it's not good for you emotionally. Gratitude. The universe loves gratitude. Being grateful actually produces endorphins and helps us relax. And because the universe loves gratitude, it wants to reward you with more. That's how it works. Be in nature. Okay? Go out, breathe in the negative ions, go to the tops of mountains, to the beach, de-stress. All of that helps to counterbalance all of the electromagnetic fields that are around you. Connect to a higher source, whatever that is for you. It has been proven to decrease, to make people happier when you have some higher source that you are connected to. And then now the electrical. Minimize your electrical magnetic fields. And we're going to get into how you do that using speakers and cordless or corded headsets, wearing Magnetude jewelry. I'm going to discuss that in a minute, avoiding routers near you, and unplug at night. Okay, so let's get into that a little bit more. Magnetic therapy. What is that? Magnetic therapy has been around for centuries. It involves applying a rare earth neodymium magnet field on or near the body to relieve pain and speed up healing. Magnetic fields have been shown to affect cell permeability, improve oxygen delivery to the cells, that counters the antioxidants, that counters the stress oxygenations that we're having, which can lead to better absorption. So the better absorption of nutrients, improved circulation, clearance of cellular waste products, that's the calcium channels we were talking about. Rare earth magnets may also reduce inflammation, pain, and promote healing. There's countless anecdotal testimonies of healing and helping with a variety of symptoms all these hundreds of thousands of years. Okay? But there are many new and relevant studies by reputable institutions proving the effectiveness of magnetic therapy on symptoms of headaches, arthritis, musculoskeletal disorders, gout, polio, and helping with EMF exposure. So the World Health Organization also reports there's no adverse effects from this magnetic fields. The only contraindication would be for people wearing pacemakers. Pacemakers are controlled by magnets, and electromagnetic, the neodymium magnets that we use in Magnetude jewelry are very powerful and then can actually affect the pacemakers. So that's the only contraindication for magnetic therapy. Because neodymium magnets increase blood flow and decrease pain signals, there's a natural healing and symptom relief with no negative side effects. Okay, that's a great thing. Neodymium magnets have been documented in helping with the following: protecting from EMFs, helping osteoarthritis, neck pain, low back pain, knee pain, sleeping disturbances is a big one, greater flexibility, quicker recovery times for sure, depression, better rest, improved circulation, and increased energy. Vanderbilt University did a study. They studied static magnetic device against knee pain with arthritis, and their conclusion was 67% reduction in pain with patients using these magnets. And I'm citing the studies down below. There's another one. A double-blind study shows magnets improve patients with frozen shoulder by increasing blood flow to the area for healing. Frozen shoulder loses blood flow, which is why it can't heal. The magnets help to increase the blood flow, helping that healing. Randomized controlled study showed marked improvement in chronic low back pain sufferers with magnet therapy, which is why I have created Magnetude Jewelry with my partner, who is an artist. So we designed Magnetude Jewelry with your health in mind. Created by me, Dr. Tracy Diner, certified applied kinesiologist, cranial specialist, chiropractor, and visual artist, jewelry designer, Candice Loren. We worked for 4 years to create Magnetude Jewelry. Candice had a great idea for interchangeable jewelry, which I thought was really cool, but as a wellness doctor for all these years, it didn't interest me unless there's things that I could do to help people with this jewelry, and I knew that there were. And I knew that we were going 4 years ago, had been to 4G and where 5G was coming. And I wanted to help people protect themselves. So we worked for 4 years to create this Magnetude jewelry, which you'll see in a second. It is interchangeable biomagnetic jewelry with powerful N52 neodymium magnets, the strongest on the planet. We have them made, we have them gold plated, so they look jewelry quality, but they attach all of our, what we call tudes, our gems, to our bases. On the back, we have infrared, germanium, and negative ions embedded. This helps not only to repel EMFs from your body, but increase blood flow and increase serotonin. Also helping with increasing anti-inflammatory and healing. So that's what Magnetude Jewelry has done. And Magnetude Jewelry with EMFs. Now, EMFs have positive and negative polarity fields and create a vortex of movement of energy when they combine. I started this talk telling you that we're going to talk about that again. So this vortex of energy around the body, our jewelry is created with that polarity in mind to repel the EMFs and to help shield you from that detrimental frequencies. Our jewelry is not only healthy, it's interchangeable, it's beautiful, it's affordable, made out of surgical stainless steel, no base metals, and it's fun. It makes thousands of combinations. It makes it fun to wear jewelry and match all your outfits. We wanted you to match all your outfits because we want you to wear it all the time because EMFs are around you all the time. So attitude to match your attitude, right? That's our slogan, attitude to match your attitude. This beautiful jewelry, all interchangeable, making thousands of combinations. That's what Magnetude Jewelry looks like. Now, what can I do to minimize my exposure? So here's what you all really want to know. But I needed to get you there and need you to explain why. Eliminate the source. If you can, you want to eliminate the source. Now, I understand you're not going to be getting rid of your Wi-Fi. You're not going to lose your cell phone. So then what you need to do is create distance. Keep your phone a foot away from you. When you keep it a foot away from you, it drops the EMFs by 80%. If you keep it 2 feet away from you, it drops it by 90%. That's the latest research. Also use a speaker when you're talking on a phone away from you, or an air tube headphones. The wired headphones, they're finding out that it conducts the electricity and the EMFs still directly into your head, so they're still not good. Probably better than holding the phone for sure up to your head, but still better would be the air tubes. Okay, use wired internet if possible. The old time where it came out of the wall and you stick it in your computer, that would be a much better way if you can. If you can't and you need Wi-Fi, put your router in a room that you don't use, okay, that you're not in all the time. I put my router in my basement, and that's where it stays now. Put it on a timer. So if you really want to be vigilant, put it on a timer and shut it off at night and have it turn on when you wake up. You don't need it overnight, and you don't need the extra EMFs at night if that's what you choose to do. Don't keep your phone by your bed, okay? Charge it overnight in another room or put it on airplane mode at least at night. I put my phone in another room. I keep the volume on, so God forbid there's some emergency phone call, okay? They can still get a hold of you, but it's in another room charging, okay? Wear Magnetude Jewelry, Atlas. We were having a lot of people having such great results with our jewelry, they wanted to wear it at night. So we created a base called Atlas. It doesn't have a chain, and you attach it to your pajamas. It has powerful biomagnets to repel your EMFs while you sleep. So it's just attached, and you can actually, men wear this in the daytime if they don't want to wear jewelry. You can attach it to a scarf. You can make it a tie pin. So it's a small piece where the gem is in the front and the Atlas base is underneath the clothing. You don't see it. That's something that you can easily do. It's very affordable to keep on your body. Okay, wearing Magnetude Jewelry in the daytime, we made it pretty so that you'll wear it. Necklaces, bracelets, earrings we just came out with, or a combination for your personal biomagnetic repelling protection. Okay, using phones or computer shields. We are going to be coming out with a phone shield that you can put your phone in. So if you want to clip it to your your pants or pocket, or keep it near you, clip it to your phone, you're still going to be protecting yourself. You don't have those EMFs directly at your body. And the same thing with laptops. Laptops, yes, it's called a laptop, but they didn't really design it to be on your lap. Okay, put it on your desk so that it's not affecting you directly. If you do use it on your lap, we're going to be having lap shields so that you can put it on the computer on the lap shield before the EMFs hit your body. And particularly pregnant women, please, your fetuses, your growing babies are extremely susceptible to EMFs. Don't put a laptop near your growing baby. Okay, never keep your phone directly on your body, your pocket, your bra, or in your hands. Okay, so save the girls and save the boys. For ladies, do not put phones in your bras. There are links to breast cancer and cell antennas. I saw actually a research of a girl who had been putting her cell phone in her bra since she was in high school. She developed breast cancer. And when you see where the tumors were, they were directly all around exactly where the antenna was for her cell phone. Okay. Also, the heart's electric. You don't want EMFs near it. One of my pet peeves is if I'm standing in line at a store and I see a man with a cell phone in his shirt pocket. Sometimes I say something, sometimes I don't. I try to nicely say, your heart's electric and that EMF phone is really not good for you. It's sending signals that your heart really shouldn't be having. So please, men, don't put that, or women, don't put cell phones in your upper pockets or your bras. EMFs can reduce sperm count, so save the boys. Keep the phone out of your pockets and away from your body. So now that I've been giving you this information, what now? So now you take action. So go out, change the things that you can, move the phones, keep them away from you, change where the router is, to get rid of the smart meters, and wear Magnetude Jewelry, attitude, to match your attitude, okay? So hopefully you enjoyed it, and I wish you a healthy and happy life. Take care.